Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Simona Cochi, producer of The Italian Way, and today I welcome you to Fieracavalli, Verona, a celebration where heritage, art, and excellence meet the perfect harmony. For over a century, Fieracavalli has been more than an event. It's a living tribute to one of the humanity's oldest companions, the horse, a creature that has shaped our history, inspired our art, and defined our sense of beauty and freedom. From the ancient Roman mosaics that honored its power to the Renaissance masters who painted its noble silhouette, the horse has always been a mirror of the human spirit, a symbol of courage, grace, and movement. In Italy, we see the horse not only as an athlete, but as a masterpiece, a blend of disciplines and emotion, strength, and elegance. It is the embodiment of what we call made in Italy, a timeless harmony between power and aesthetics. And here in Verona, the city of love, music, and legend, this spirit reaches its highest expression. From the 6th to the 9th of November 2025, the world gathers for Jumping Verona, the Italian stage of Longines World Cup, where champions meet beneath the vaulted beauty of Fieracavalli. Here's competitions become art. Every jump, every breath, a choreography of trust between riders and horse, a dialogue written in motion. Because in Verona, sport becomes culture and tradition becomes emotion. This is not only a show, it's a living masterpiece where the rhythm of the hooves becomes a symphony of style and Italian passion turns into poetry. Join us for Jumping Verona 2025, where power becomes elegance and beauty takes flight. I'm Simona Cochi, and I will leave you in the next segments with my AI team that has just forged for you an in-depth coverage so you can learn more about this magical event. Stay tuned. Simona Cochi, The Italian Way.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into something pretty special. It's this unique mix of deep European history, Italian culture, and really world-class sport.
That's right. We're focusing on Jumping Verona 2025. It happens at Fieracavalli, which is just an incredible venue.
Absolutely fascinating. So this isn't just, another competition on the circuit.
Not at all. It's more like an institution really vital on the international calendar. And we've looked at the sources, kind of structured this, using that journalistic approach, the who, what, when, where, why, and how.
Okay, good. So the idea is to give you, the listener, a really complete, informed picture.
Exactly. An authoritative look at what makes this event tick, both culturally and competitively.
Great. Let's start with the basics then, the when and where.
Okay, so lock in the dates. It's Thursday, November 6th, running through to Sunday, November 9th, 2025. 4 intense days.
And the location. You mentioned Fieracavalli in Verona.
Yes, Verona's historic exhibition center. It just feels like the heart of Italian horse culture when you're there. The main action, the big jumps, that's all happening in the Paloram, which is Padiglione 8.
Right, Padiglione 8. And this specific event, the World Cup leg, it has some history there, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The sources really emphasize this. This is actually the 24th time Verona's hosted the Longines FEI Jumping World Cup. It started way back in 2001.
24 editions. Wow. That really cements its place.
Definitely. It establishes Verona as, one of Europe's most important, most traditional shows. It's got real heritage.
And it fits into the bigger global picture, too. It's not just a standalone event.
No, exactly. Yeah. It's a key stop. For this season, the 2025-2026 World Cup, Verona is Tappa N3.
Tappa N3, so the third stage.
The third stage, yes. Specifically in the Western Europe League, the Wheel. This league has 13 stages overall, hitting all the big equestrian nations in Europe.
And being third, is that timing significant?
Very much so. The season kicks off in Oslo, then it moves super quickly to Lyon in France. That literally finishes just a couple of days before Verona starts.
Ah, so the pressure's already building by the time they get to Italy.
It really is. Verona is this sort of inflection point. You start to see early season form solidify. If riders didn't quite get the points they needed in Oslo or Lyon, well, Verona becomes crucial.
Right, a big chance before the circuit moves on. Where does it go after Verona?
After Verona, the intensity keeps building. You got Sakarta, then La Coruña, London Excel, Mechelen, eventually Helsinki in 2026.
And it all leads towards the big final.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Longines FEI Jumping World Cup final, which is set for Fort Worth, Texas in April 2026. So performing well in Verona is absolutely key for getting there.
Okay, so high stakes need top performers. Let's talk about the WHO. Who are we expecting to see? The global elite, I assume.
You assumed correctly.
Right.
The sources confirm a really stellar field for the CSI5 W.
And just to clarify for listeners, CSI5 W, that signifies the highest level, right? 5-star, international, and a World Cup qualifier.
Precisely. The best of the best. And this year, well, this year is genuinely historic. They've got commitments from 3 reigning world champions.
3 at the same event. That's huge.
It is. It really validates Verona's status. It shows it's a place the absolute top riders have to be.
You have to tell us who they are.
All right. First up, Christian Kukuk from Germany. He's the current Olympic champion from Paris 2024, ranked number 4 in the world.
The Olympic champion.
Then his fellow German, Richard Vogel. He's the reigning European champion, world number 5. And interestingly,
Yes.
despite being European champion, this will actually be his first time competing in Verona.
No kidding. The European champion making his debut there, that's a big storyline.
It's a massive draw. And rounding out the trio is the man who won the whole Longines FEI Jumping World Cup last season, the 2023-2024 winner.
Julien Epaillard.
Julien Epaillard from France, currently world number 12.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have the Olympic, European, and World Cup title holders all competing together. It's an incredible concentration of talent.
Just phenomenal. And it's not just the current champions, right? There are others with history here.
Absolutely. You've got riders with deep ties to Verona. Ben Marr from Great Britain, world number 2. He actually won the Grand Prix here just last year, 2023.
So he'll be defending that win, in a way.
He will. And then there's someone like Simon Delestre from France. He's won the Verona Grand Prix twice before, in 2015 and 2021. That shows real commitment over the years.
It really does. What about the female riders, the Amazons? Any standouts?
Definitely. We have to mention Sophie Hinners from Germany. She made history last year, the first woman ever to win the Verona World Cup Grand Prix. A huge moment.
That's fantastic, setting a precedent.
Absolutely. And this year you'll see other top women competing, like Longines ambassador Jane Richard, the very experienced Edwina Tops-Alexander from Australia, and Italy's own Giulia Martinengo Marche. It's a seriously deep field across the board.
Okay, so we've got these global superstars descending on Verona, but there's another major narrative thread here, isn't there? Something closer to home for the local fans.
Yes, and this is maybe the central emotional core of the event for Italians. It's what we can call the Italian quest.
The quest for what, specifically?
The quest for an Italian winner of the Longines FEI Jumping World Cup Grand Prix in Verona. It sounds almost unbelievable, but despite hosting it for 24 years.
Since 2001.
Since 2001, no Italian rider has ever won it. It's this huge, unfulfilled national ambition in the sport.
Wow. That adds a whole different layer of pressure and excitement. So who are the main Italian contenders carrying that hope this year?
Well, leading the charge, ranking-wise, is Emanuele Camilli. He's currently no 32 in the FEI World Rankings. And interestingly, like Richard Vogel, he's actually making his debut in the Verona World Cup.
A debutante leading the rankings for Italy. That's quite something. How does that compare to the rest of the Italian team?
It's a fascinating contrast. Because alongside Camilli, you have the absolute veterans, the bedrock of the Italian team for years.
People who know this arena inside out.
Exactly. Riders like Emanuele Gaudiano, this will be his 18th time competing in Verona's World Cup. And Giulia Martinengo Marche, this is her 16th appearance. Pier Giorgio Bucci is making his 11th appearance. They bring that deep experience, that understanding of the pressure cooker atmosphere.
So a mix of new energy and seasoned experience. Anyone else key?
We should also mention Paolo Panini. He's the reigning Italian national champion for 2025, so he's riding with that title.
Okay. And I saw something quite amazing in the source material about longevity.
Yes, you mean Grassato and Frana.
Massimo Grassato and Enrico Maria Frana. It says they competed in the very first edition back in 2001.
That's right. And they're both confirmed to compete again this year, 24 years later.
That's incredible. That's more than just a fun fact, isn't it? It speaks volumes.
It really does. It shows the incredible dedication the sport requires. And this special place Fieracavalli holds, their presence literally bridges the gap from the very beginning of Verona's World Cup story to today.
Amazing connection to the past. Okay, let's shift gears slightly to the what and how W. How is the competition structured? What are the key events?
Well, it's a 4-day event, building towards the climax on Sunday. That's the big one. The Longines FEI Jumping World Cup Grand Prix.
That's the one with the big prize money and the ranking points?
Exactly. It's a 1.60-meter course that's the top height in the sport. The prize fund is significant, 222,200 hours. And the format is what they call mixed tab, A with jump-off.
Can you break that down quickly? What does that mean for the competition?
Sure. Basically, everyone jumps the first round against the clock.
Yeah.
You need to be clear, no fences down, and within the time allowed. Those who manage that come back for the jump-off.
Which is all about speed.
All about speed and keeping the fences up under immense pressure. It's usually incredibly exciting.
I bet. Now, besides the main International World Cup class, the sources mention Verona plays a big role for Italian equestrianism itself.
Yes, this is really important strategically. Verona uses this huge international platform to showcase and develop Italian talent. It hosts the finals for 2 major national circuits.
Okay, what are those?
First, there's the Gran Premio 127 by 127. This is a special circuit created back in 2018. It culminates in Verona with gold, silver, and bronze finals. And there's good prize money. The gold final winner gets 25,000 euros.
So, real incentive for Italian riders. And the second circuit?
That's the Italian Champions Tour. This is an itinerant circuit, meaning it travels around Italy's top equestrian venues, like the famous Piazza di Siena in Rome.
And its grand finale is in Verona.
Its grand finale, yes.
Cool.
Both the PRO category and the sport category finals happen right here. It's a crucial way to test emerging national riders under the spotlight of a major international event.
That makes sense. Integrating national development with the global stage. Now, what about innovation? Is there anything new or different for 2025?
Yes, there's a key novelty highlighted in sources. It shows a really interesting blend of sport, culture, and, frankly, high-end commerce.
Intriguing. What is it?
They're introducing dressage into the mix in a formal way for the first time.
Dressage at Jumping Verona. That is a shift.
It is. And it's being presented, interestingly, by the luxury brand Stefano Ricci. It's taking the form of a special clinic, which will be open to the public.
A clinic with who?
With a true icon of the discipline, the Dutch champion Edward Gal. That's scheduled for Saturday in Padiglione 7.
Wow. Edward Gal. That's a huge name in dressage. So this isn't just a sideshow. It feels like a statement.
I think it is. The sources link it directly to Stefano Ricci's own equestrian collection and also to the presentation of something called the Top 10 Trophy for 2026. It's about broadening the event's appeal, connecting high-level sport with luxury lifestyle, and showcasing Italian excellence in a different equestrian art form.
Attracting potentially a different audience segment, too.
Potentially, yes. And alongside this glamour, there's another important development focusing more on the ethical side.
Okay.
The introduction of a new academy partner, Crociere Farm. Their whole focus is explicitly stated as Formazione e benessere di cavallo e cavaliere.
Which means?
The formation or development and the wellness of both the horse and the rider. It brings that modern focus on holistic care and ethical responsibility right into the event's core partnerships.
That's a really interesting balance. The high-stakes competition, the luxury element, and this focus on wellness and ethics.
It is, and even the prizes reflect a blend of values. While the Grand Prix winner gets that substantial cash prize, the winners of the preliminary classes receive unique bronze sculptures by an artist named Michele Nabaldi.
Ah, so art and craft alongside the purse.
Exactly. And the Grand Prix winner's bronze work is even plated in 24-karat gold. It's a symbolic mix of athletic achievement and Italian artistic heritage.
Okay, that brings us neatly to the bigger picture, the WHY. Why is Jumping Verona so significant beyond just the sport?
Well, synthesizing everything, Verona really functions as this huge global showcase. It's partly about demonstrating Italian economic vitality. You see that clearly in the sponsorships.
Right. You mentioned Longines as the title sponsor, Stefano Ricci bringing in the dressage.
Yes. And then all the specialized equestrian brands, Casque for helmets, Equestrian for saddles, Banca Passador. This strong commercial backing underscores the economic health and importance of the equestrian sector in Italy.
So it's a commercial hub as well as a sporting one?
Definitely. But it's also cultural. It connects that deep Fieracavalli heritage, which goes back over a century, with the absolute cutting edge of global sport. And now, as we discussed, it's deliberately incorporating elements like high fashion, art, and a stated commitment to animal and athlete wellness via partners like Crociere Farm.
So it's reflecting and maybe even shaping the modern evolution of equestrian culture.
I think that's exactly what the sources suggest. It's trying to honor tradition while actively defining a modern, relevant identity. The ability to integrate all these layers, the intense sport, the commercial side, the cultural innovation, the ethical dimension, that's what makes it such an important reference point.
It really does sound like a unique convergence. You've got the sheer star power of 3 reigning world champions,
The emotional weight of that long Italian wait for a home win.
the pressure cooker of the national circuit finals, the introduction of dressage, the focus on wellness. It all seems to come together in Verona.
It's where that deep historical tradition of Fieracavalli meets the absolute forefront of international equestrian sport. That unresolved Italian quest for the Grand Prix title just adds this compelling human drama that will undoubtedly anchor the whole event.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the final thought you want to leave our listeners with?
Well, maybe consider this. Think about the challenge of balancing tradition and innovation. How will this specific mix that Verona is creating, blending luxury brands like Stefano Ricci, the intense technicality of five-star jumping, and these new educational and wellness partnerships, how will that actually shape the future story of Italian equestrian heritage?
That's a good question. It suggests they're not just reflecting the present, but actively trying to build the future narrative.
Precisely. The sources indicate a very conscious effort to define what comes next.
A fascinating perspective. That's certainly something for you to think about as you follow the event this November. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.
This analytical review has been researched, structured, and produced by Simona Cochi,